Hello, friends. I hope that you're finding a degree of entertainment in the world that you are perceiving. I, um, I wish you all well, and um, and I wish you the feeling of support in what may be a time of challenge for you, or maybe a time of ease, relaxation, and peacefulness. And if you're in a time of ease, relaxation, and peacefulness, and you have a channel, then in the comment section, link your channel so I can um, maybe come to know what it's like to have this be a time of ease. I haven't discovered it myself yet. I mean, momentarily, I have moments of like, wow, this is really working. And I have other moments of like, this is way too much. I don't think I can pull this off. And you may be feeling somewhere in that range, like, I'm doing pretty well with this, or yeah, this is kicking my butts. So here is your uh, tarot report of the day, of the world. And today, the universal consciousness supplied us with this card. I get it in the light. And it says Prince of Cups. And the Prince and the Page are kind of the same object, just like discs and pentacles are a description of the same thing. The Prince and the Page is a description of the same thing. And it's the Prince of Cups, which has to do with the person kind of aware and in relationship to their emotions. And there's a couple interesting things about this card. So that this is a youthful individual who has in her hands a lotus blossom, and the lotus blossom is oftentimes used to represent the chakras. So the lotus opening is the chakras opening. And it depends on the person. People say there's 12 chakras, whatever. But the traditional number was seven chakras, three related to the earth. Those are the gonads, adrenals, and pancreas. Three related to the sky or the spirit world. That's the pineal, the pituitary, and the thyroid. And then the one that combines the upper and the lower, they're combined through the center of the chest, which in some traditions call the thymus chakra, some call the heart chakra. So this being who's riding a chariot, see, maybe I can just no, it has to be held up. So there's not a place I can put it per se. Let's see if I can hold it up. And you can stop it to look at it when you want. So this person is riding a chariot that's being pulled by what looks to be an eagle through the sky over the waters, which in some traditions represent the emotions. So this is a being riding over the emotions, taking a higher view of the world, the ego perspective, the broader view of what's going on, and kind of staying out of too deep of a dive into the emotional content. So it's also holding a chalice or the grail, and inside the Holy Grail is a coiled snake, which is called the caduceus or the cadices. The coiled snake represents the serpent or the mind and the consciousness of the higher and lower realms through our mental capacity, through our brain, brainstem, and spinal cord, which are the places where our memory is stored, both of our experiences in this lifetime and our ancestral memories that were downloaded into us through our epigenetics, through our gene pool, that by our parents combining their genes, and their genes came in and formed the body that you or I are in. And in that body is all this genetic memory. And as a being that incarnated into this bundle of genetic memory, we have memories as well that we brought along to put into the genetic pool. I almost said cesspool. In some ways, sometimes it feels that way, but not at the moment. So and so that this person also has this bird on top of its helmet, and so it's got the lotus blossom, and it's got the waves of change, the tsunami of change riding behind it. And he's staring down at the coiled snake. He's staring down at the cup or chalice holding consciousness. So he's going inside to discover what is real for him or her. And the eagle's just looking across the water. So let's look at what our friend Meg Jones-Wall, who wrote Finding the Fool, book of Tarot on radical transformation, what she says. That the numbers 11 and 2, so the Prince or Page of Cups is the number 11 card in the deck of cups. So it's the number 11, which is the number 2. And it's about healing, choice, intentionality, sensitivity, intuition, psychic wisdom, and duality. It's about water. It's about the emotions, connections, love, intimacy, community intuition, which is becoming one of my favorite terms. And it's associated with the heart, which is the connection of the higher realms and the earthly realms. Keywords are artistry, empathy, intuition, drifting between worlds, imagination, and compassionate questioning. And some of her words, I'm not going to read the first couple paragraphs, you can look it up, just wasn't of interest to me. These words were, the world can be a harsh place, one that paints vulnerability as weakness, needs as cowardly, and emotions as foolish. But this page refuses to buy into that narrative. She's talking about herself or the card. The page refuses to buy into that narrative. Ignores rules or expectations that urge us to shield our hearts, and instead lets their emotions flow and breathe. Take up space. They don't hide their delight in the world, in beauty and magic and coincidence. Instead, they laugh and cry openly, exclaim about new discoveries, invite others to see the world through their optimistic, joyful eyes. And when we're not afraid of expression of deep feelings, it makes it so much easier to connect and build community, to find others that are brave enough to live the same way. Pages are always driven by a sense of curiosity and exploration. With the Page of Cups, the child of water, we see this expressed in natural, intuitive abilities and in deep, meaningful connections. Like all pages and 11s, we see both the balance and clarity of Major Arcana 11, the Justice card, alongside the inherent awareness and quiet observation of the High Priestess, the number 2 Major Arcana card, creating a powerful sensitivity and awareness of emotions and desires, an urge to help others achieve the dreams they're longing for. Even though every page is a bit naive, inexperienced, and unsure of just how much they can achieve, they also aren't afraid to rebel. Don't feel beholden to the rules or traditions that are often clung to. This student of the heart doesn't feel shame at their intensity or dreaminess, doesn't deny what they feel. Instead, they celebrate the wisdom of their intuition, allowing emotions to sweep through them with urgency and authenticity. And they remain deeply present and connected to their deepest, truest self. You might have heard that before. I connect to my deepest, truest self. So she suggests that in readings, the Page of Cups validates our sensitivity, urging us to trust in the value of difficult or complex feelings. Rather than fearing or avoiding our depths, this is an opportunity to fling wide the creative floodgates, to welcome our intuition with open arms, to explore our hearts with curiosity and wonder. When we let our hearts wander rather than forcing ourselves into a particular relationship, community, spiritual journey, or artistic endeavor, we learn so much more about who we are and what we're capable of. And she has a journal prompt. I've never read one of these before, but I'm going to read it today. The journal prompt is, what does it mean to wander through your own dreams and fantasies, to make as much space as you desire for longings? What leaves you awestruck, breathless, overwhelmed with beauty? How do you find joy in potential? What is your subconscious urging? What is your subconscious urging you to explore more deeply? That is the Prince or Page of Cups. That is the tarot card for the day. May it serve you well on your journey of awakening to yourself as your deepest, truest self. Now can go change.